Greetings, adventurers. This is DM Kurt, and this video is being made on request. It will contain spoilers for Rime of the Frost Maiden. So, I've been in the player seat for a little bit, and that's been fun. And the DM, who's running his first campaign ever, is doing a really good job of it. So, in Rime of the Frost Maiden, we are nearing the end of the campaign. We have found the flying city of the Neversea Empire, which crashed and was covered by a glacier, and we've started exploring it. And the timeline kind of progressed a little bit without us as we were running back and forth getting our dead party members revived. So we're exploring this city, and lo and behold, Uriel and her ranger or ranger equivalent, a little assistant, and a few frost giants showed up, and they are making their way towards the center of the city where the objective is, and we're going to have to battle her on the way to the objective. We did not see this as a winnable fight, and it was we had to make a decision on the fly. Do we fight her right here in the street? Do we let her get to the objective, battle the master of the city, and then afterwards we try to take on the winner, hoping that they're wounded from the previous fight? Instead, we tried to make use of the terrain. Now there was this weird thing in the city. It was a stadium that if you entered into it, it would magically pop up walls of force all the way around it, and you would have a summoned, conjured team on either side, minus yourselves, so that you could play against the other team. And it kind of worked like a dodgeball kind of sporting event, where you hit the other team with the ball, you knock them out, and whoever loses gets exploded. It's so crazy. We thought maybe we could lure them into that arena, them not knowing the rules of that game. They might get taken out, damaged, or at least incapacitated, maybe. So we did that. We tagged them with some ranged attacks, and we ran back. A little tactical withdrawal. We placed an illusion of ourselves in the arena, and they fell for it. They went into the arena to try to kill us, and instead, the illusion dropped, the game started. Uriel got out quickly, having physically attacked one of the other summoned team things, and her ranger was coming around the other side. Like I said, if you total up the CRs of everything, there's no way we could have done this one-on-one in the street. We had to split them up. We had to use tactics. We end up fighting with the methods that the enemy ranger was summoning, or ranger equivalent, whatever you want to call her. We had Uriel to fight with. We had several rounds in the ice-covered ceiling where you could just barely see light coming through. It was cracking. And we was like, okay, there's something up there on the ceiling of the glacier trying to get into this hollow cavern. It's like, I don't know what that is. And the DM said, well, you're on a timer. Something is going to happen. Something else is going to arrive. Okay. So we have our forces trying to work on defeating Uriel. We have the ranger and our druid kind of sparring a bit, and we're trying to interfere with the game to weaken the frost giants that are still stuck in the force field. It's not really fully enclosing. Like I said, it could prevent you from moving in or out, but it would not prevent attacks from crossing. So you couldn't move through, but your attacks could. So modified wall of force, let's say. It got down into the single digits of hit points for several characters. One got knocked down, unconscious, was available to be healed once. They got up just barely. We ended up winning the fight by holding the frost giants off of us for a little while, defeating Uriel. The DM had 11 different initiative counters running across the top of his DM screen, as there was 11 different either groups of monsters or individuals acting. It was really epic. It was really tense, and he did a good job of it. Now we have to figure out, after Uriel's gone, what are we going to do? We got to head further into the city and try to take control over it. After defeating Uriel, we could see through the crack in the sky light the hole in the roof of the cavern, sunlight coming through for the first time in a long time. What was that timer, you ask? Oh, darn, I almost forgot to mention. Several rounds into the fight, the roof is cracking. Pieces of ice are coming down from the roof. It finally bursts open, and a rock flies through. ROC, big bird. CR like 11. Okay, we're like 9th level characters, so an additional CR 11 is not helping us. And of course, the rock is on Uriel's side. We're screwed. We are just royally in trouble, except for our druid, our handy dandy druid, with a simple 1st level spell. She just thinks, wait a minute, I got just the thing for this. Animal friendship. 1st level spell. Now the rock's on our side, and she tells it, eat the elf. The elven ranger gets eaten, and that helps us a lot, because that ranger was able to pelt us with arrows from afar while tying us up by popping in mephits all over the place, ice mephits all over the place. And the engagement with all these mephits that get summoned would slow people down, having to deal with that while she pelts them with a bow. The rock was very good to have once we got it on our side, and that's the only reason we got this battle won, I think. But we did. We defeated Uriel. We had this rock befriended. When the game in the arena stopped tying up the frost giants, they came out and they looked around, and we said, hey, Uriel's defeated. You're free to go. There was some tension there, and they had to realize that, they were their own agents at that point, and they decided, well, maybe we'll see you later, but do not come to Craigskull Keep. I'm like, okay, yeah, no problem. We'll set foot there. We'll hold you to it. Okay, fine. So now it's just us, wounded, out of spells, out of key points, out of just about everything, to nurse our wounds, explore the city further, and find out what lurks at the heart of the Stone City. Great game, though. DM Kurt, out.